You're in a room where time has settled into stillness, not because nothing remains, but because everything has found its place just so. The air hums with the quiet of unbroken hours, thick and soft, like dust caught in sunlight that never touches the floor. You do not need to close your eyes, though you may if it helps, to feel how the silence here is not empty, but full of things felt more than heard. The faint weight of paper stacked just so. The grain of wood beneath fingertips, not yet pressed. A single thread from a binding that has been there too long and forgotten. This is not an escape, nor a promise. It is simply a space where you can rest your thoughts on something smaller than thought itself. The books are real, their spines curved with age, their pages thickened by time spent open, but nothing here demands attention. You do not need to remember names or titles. The shape of one letter over another. There is no puzzle, no clue waiting in a margin, no hidden message behind the title on the cover. The only task is this: letting your mind drift through small details that carry no consequence and ask for nothing back. The keeper moves slowly between shelves, not because they are tired, but because haste would disturb what has settled here. You can hear the soft scrape of a spine against wood as it's guided back into place. The pause before each book is touched again, like breath held just long enough to be felt in the body. Each movement is deliberate, not for show, but because even small things matter when no one else is watching. The room has been closed for hours now, and yet some parts of it remain awake. You are invited to stay as you are, with your thoughts wherever they drift. If at any moment you wish to stop listening, whether the book feels too close or too distant, whether a memory rises like steam from old pages, you may do so without apology, without explanation. No one will know. The books won't remember. This is not a journey that requires arrival. This content is meant for imaginative relaxation only. It does not replace care, treatment, medical advice, or human connection. You are not alone in being awake when the world feels still. That is why this room exists, not to fix anything, but to hold space where even small things can be noticed without needing meaning. Now, you are near a low wooden shelf, one that runs along the wall like an afterthought, no higher than your shoulder, no deeper than what fits comfortably in hand. There are only 6 books here today, not because there is room for more, but because the keeper chose to leave them out, as if waiting for someone to return and place them back with care. The first book has a cover made of worn cloth. Its color faded from green to something between moss and shadow. It does not open easily. It resists slightly at first, like an old door that needs coaxing. But once the edge is lifted, it opens without protest, the spine giving way in a quiet sigh. The paper inside feels cool against your fingertips, thin but strong, the kind of surface that remembers touch even when no hand has passed over it for years. You can feel how each leaf is slightly uneven at the top, as though cut by someone who once did not care about straight edges. The next book sits upright, its spine cracked and soft. Its pages are not glued but stitched together with thread, so fine it might be mistaken for a vein in bark. As you lift one corner, the paper gives way slowly, like cloth being drawn from water. One edge is deckled, rough, untrimmed, as if someone had torn it apart rather than cut it neatly. You do not need to know why. The imperfection is enough. A bookmark lies between 2 pages of a third book. A single strip of cream-colored paper folded once and tucked gently into the gap. It holds no name or date, only a faint line drawn in pencil that looks like a river on an old map with no destination. It does not point to anything important. It just exists. You are invited to imagine how the keeper might touch each book before returning it, how they run their fingers along the edge of the cover, checking for dust or cracks, and then press lightly at the corner where 2 pages meet, ensuring nothing has shifted in their absence. They do not speak. There is no need. The room knows what it means to be put back. The next book is bound with leather that smells faintly of rain, trapped beneath a stone. Nothing strong, just enough to remind you that some scents linger longer than they should. The pages inside are slightly yellowed at the edges, like old receipts left too long in a drawer. When opened near the middle, it falls open not by design, but because something within, the weight of a single note tucked between leaves, has caused it to tilt forward. A pencil mark sits in one margin, just 3 dots, arranged like stars on a child's first map. There is no explanation for them, no message beneath. You are free to wonder what they might mean if you wish, or let your mind drift past without naming anything at all. Behind that book lies another with a cloth cover the color of faded clay, its edges worn thin from being held too often and returned too quickly. When opened, it reveals a page where someone once wrote a single word, perhaps hello, perhaps something else, and then erased it completely. Only faint traces remain, smudges in the paper, like breath on glass after winter. There is no need to read further. You do not even have to see what lies beyond that ghosted line. A fourth book rests flat upon the shelf, its spine cracked open and left there, perhaps forgotten, perhaps intentional. The pages inside are blank except for a single pressed leaf near the center. Pale green, delicate, curled at the edges like a sleeping hand. It does not look like any plant you know. There is no label, no drawing to show where it came from. The keeper picks up the book and holds it just so, neither too close nor too far from their face, before placing it back between 2 others on the shelf. The motion is gentle, as though returning something that had only been borrowed for a moment. A small map lies in another volume, a folded sheet of paper tucked inside the front cover, like a secret someone forgot they'd left behind. It shows no cities or roads, only lines drawn in light pencil, curving paths through imaginary gardens, gates with no names, trees shaped like letters that do not spell anything known. The ink is soft, almost erased by time. You can trace one path with your eyes and follow it as far as you wish, then stop. You are invited to notice how the paper feels when turned. Not crisp, but yielding in a way that suggests years of being handled without care or urgency. Each page has its own weight, its own rhythm, some lighter than others, some heavier, like folded fabric pressed between pages. There is no pattern to this, only variation. The keeper pauses now at the far end of the shelf, where 2 books sit side by side on a small ledge. They are not alike in size or shape. One slightly taller than the other, both with covers that have lost their original color, but still bear faint impressions. A star here, a spiral there. When one is lifted, The pages inside shift, like birds startled from a branch. The keeper does not turn to you. There is no need. You are already listening. They place it back carefully, edge first, then letting the weight settle, as if ensuring that even in stillness, nothing falls too quickly. Another book lies on its side now, spine down, as though someone had placed it there after reading and forgotten to replace it properly. The cover is plain white paper, worn at the corners. No title. Only a small smudge near the bottom, perhaps from an ink pen that slipped, or from fingers that didn't know how much pressure to use. You are still here in the quiet between breaths, where the air holds its shape just long enough to be noticed. The book on its side. White paper cover, corners softened from time and touch, is not forgotten. It is resting. You can see how the spine has settled into a shallow curve, as if it too has learned what it means to lie still for a while. There is no need to write it now. No rule demands that everything be placed perfectly. The keeper's hand moves toward another book on the shelf below, smaller than the others, bound in marbled paper that shows only faint swirls, like old clouds over water. It doesn't open easily. You can hear a quiet resistance when the front edge is lifted, not stubborn, but cautious, as though it remembers being open too fast once. When the cover finally parts, the first page settles with a sigh, paper folding inward along its crease, like an eyelid closing after long watching. The pages are thick, uneven in thickness at times, one thicker than the next, so that when you turn them, there's no single rhythm to follow. A faint scent rises, not of ink or dust, but something quieter, dried grass and old linen, carried on a breath from elsewhere. You might not have noticed it if your mind hadn't stilled enough to catch it. There is writing inside in pencil, small letters written near the bottom margin of every page, one line per page, all identical. The sky waits. No more. Not even a capital or punctuation, just that phrase, repeated like an instruction left behind by someone who meant only to remind themselves. You could read through them all, but you don't need to. The meaning is not in the words, nor their repetition. It is in the act of writing them, each one slow and deliberate, as if the hand had paused before setting down every letter. The keeper turns a page with just enough pressure to make it move, without trembling. Paper shifts beneath fingers, just slightly, then settles again, like fabric settling after being brushed. One leaf has curled at its tip, not from aging, but because someone once pressed it too hard between two pages and forgot to remove it. It's faint now, barely visible unless you tilt the book just so. There is a second note tucked into the back cover, a slip of paper folded in half like a secret whispered twice. When opened, it shows no text at all, only a single dot drawn with black ink, placed precisely where your thumb would rest if you held the book open. No explanation needed. You are not asked to interpret it. The keeper traces its edge with one fingertip, softly, almost playfully, and then lets go. The next book is larger than the others, with a spine that creaks just slightly when lifted. It has no title on the front, only a name in faded blue ink along the top edge of the first page. Eleanor, written in small script, as if someone had scrawled it during a moment between thoughts. There is no further mention of her in the text, nor any other trace, only blank pages, one after another, each with a single faint pencil line drawn across them at an angle, like the path of a falling leaf caught mid-fall. You can imagine someone turning each page and then drawing that line, not to mark time or progress, but as a kind of punctuation, not for words, but for silence. The keeper turns one of these pages slowly, just enough to feel it slide forward, and you notice how the paper has developed its own soft curve in the center, like it's been folded over and undone too many times. The book is placed back with care, spine aligned just so against the others. There are no labels here, only shape and weight and memory. A small wooden box lies tucked between two volumes. A plain thing, unadorned, its lid slightly ajar. Inside, nothing more than 3 loose sheets of paper, each folded in half and then opened again. No writing on any, only the faintest creases where hands have pressed them down. You are not asked to open it. There is no need. The keeper lifts one sheet gently by a corner, paper trembling like a moth's wing, and holds it up just for a moment before letting it fall back into place. It lands softly, settling on the others with no sound at all. Another book rests in the middle of the shelf now, a thin volume bound in soft cloth that has faded to gray. The pages are yellowed around the edges, but not brittle. They feel warm when touched, as if they had been kept near a window for years, absorbing light without knowing it. There is no story here, only blank space, except for one place where someone once wrote a single word in pencil. Perhaps, not maybe, nor possibly, just perhaps, written lightly, then erased so completely that only the ghost of the letter remains. You are free to imagine what came before it, or you can let your attention drift, as if following a thread not meant for catching. The paper itself is slightly uneven, some pages thicker than others, like leaves from different seasons pressed into a single book. A small wooden ruler lies on top of another volume, a plain thing with no markings. It rests just beyond the edge of the shelf, leaning slightly forward as if it had been placed there after being used to measure something long since forgotten. The keeper runs one finger along its length, not to check for wear, but simply because the motion feels right. There is a faint groove in one corner where someone once pressed too hard, leaving a small dent. The book beneath it opens on its own, just slightly, as if the weight of the ruler had shifted ever so gently. Pages shift like curtains pulled by wind that never came. The keeper does not reach to close it. They let it remain open. There is no reason to force stillness when movement itself feels quiet. Another book lies face down now on a nearby table, its cover worn through at one corner, the edges flaking like old paint. When lifted, you see that the first page contains only a single drawing, two hands reaching toward each other across an empty space, not quite touching. The lines are soft, almost blurred from time, as though drawn in haste or with eyes half closed. There is no context, no date, not even a name. You do not need to know what it means, or whether the hands ever met. You can simply watch how the paper holds its shape when folded at an angle, how the ink has faded into soft gray shadows along one edge. The keeper places it back gently, first corner down, then letting the rest settle. There is no pressure in their touch, no urgency to make things right. They are not fixing anything. They are only returning what belongs where it rests. A small stack of loose pages sits at the far end of the shelf, a bundle tied with a thin ribbon that has faded from green to silver. The keeper unties it slowly, letting one end fall free before beginning to unroll the paper inside. There is no title on any page, just sketches in pencil. Trees without roots, chairs without legs, houses with doors facing inward instead of outward. Each image is incomplete, not broken, but simply unfinished. As if drawn by someone who had stopped thinking about what came next and instead began listening to the quiet between thoughts. You can see how one sketch shows a path winding through a field of stars, only not real ones, but tiny dots arranged in patterns that suggest names or songs or words never spoken aloud. Another shows an open book lying on the ground with pages fluttering upward like birds escaping from a cage. but no wings are drawn, only motion. The keeper turns each page slowly, letting the paper settle after every movement. There is no rush to see all of them. You can stop at any moment and still be in the right place. A single leaf has fallen between two pages, smaller than most, with edges curled like a sleeping hand. It's not pressed or labeled, not preserved, just there, caught by accident, held where it landed when someone let go. The keeper brushes over it lightly, not to remove it, but because the motion feels true in this moment. You are lying still beneath the weight of quiet, not asleep yet, but close. Close enough that even your breath has slowed to something, like a pause between notes. The books move slowly around you, as if they've learned how to stay in rhythm with your silence. A single shelf holds one book standing alone now, its spine slightly warped from time and careful handling. The cover soft as dried moss under fingertips. It rests at the very edge of the space where light still lingers faintly. No lamp on, no moon visible through the high windows. But there is a kind of glow in how it leans forward, just enough to be noticed without being forced. The keeper lifts it with two hands, not because it's heavy, but because its presence feels delicate. The paper within opens at once, not all the way, but far enough that you see where one page has curled inward along the top corner, as though someone had touched it and then pulled away too quickly. A thin line of dust floats in the air above it, caught between two shadows. You don't need to see it clearly, just knowing it's there is enough. A small scrap of paper slips out from between pages, no larger than a fingertip, and lands on the table beside you. It has been folded once, then twice, then left undisturbed for years. The edges are worn and soft, like fabric that never got washed. There is nothing written on it, no mark at all. Only the crease of an old fold still holding its shape after time had forgotten what it was meant to contain. You don't need to read anything. You can let your mind drift into the space between the folds, the place where meaning might have been, but never arrived. The keeper places the book back on the shelf with care, first one side settling, then the other, and watches how it trembles ever so slightly before stilling itself again. No sound comes from the movement, only a feeling that something has settled into its proper place, even if no one was watching. Across the room, another volume sits open to a page where the ink has blurred at the edges, like water had touched it once and left behind nothing but memory. It's not faded exactly, but softened by time, as though someone had tried to write something important and then decided that silence was better than words. The paper is thick here, almost like cloth in texture, with a faint weave visible when held up to the dim light. One corner curls down slightly, just enough to catch your attention if you're waiting for it. You don't need to know what's written there. You can simply notice how the lines curve as they fade into nothingness at the far end of the page, like thoughts that begin but never finish forming. There is no story here, no message, only a quiet impression of something almost said. A small glass jar sits on a low table nearby, its contents unmarked and undisturbed. Inside, 2 feathers, one dark as ash, one pale as dawn's first breath. They are not tied together, not arranged in any order, just sitting there, side by side, resting against the curve of the glass. Their tips brush gently when the air shifts, so slightly that only a listener with no urgency could notice. The keeper reaches for them, not to take them out, but to rest one fingertip near the rim, just above their heads. No pressure, no movement, only presence. You can feel how still they are, not because of gravity or rule, but because nothing has asked them to do anything else. There is no reason to move them. They belong exactly where they are. A single sheet lies tucked into a book's spine, thin as rice paper, almost translucent when held against the faint glow behind you. It bears no words, only a shape drawn in pencil, a circle with one line breaking through it diagonally, like an eye opening or a door creaking open without anyone on the other side. The drawing is not perfect. There are 2 small wobbles near the center, like fingers that forgot how to steady themselves. It has been left there for so long that the paper has bent slightly inward, where it's pressed between pages, as though it had folded itself in half over time, without anyone noticing. You can see how one corner curls up like a whisper trying to rise. You don't need to name what it means, or even wonder why it was placed there. The shape is enough. The weight of the silence around it is more than enough. The keeper closes the book slowly, just enough for the spine to sigh. Not quite shut, but no longer open either. Then they lift another volume from beneath a stack that has been waiting too long on a low shelf. This one has no title on its cover, no author listed, only a faint smudge near the bottom left corner. A mark like something had been wiped away with care. Inside, the first few pages are blank, clean and untouched by ink or pencil. But as you turn further through, you find small marks in the margins. Not notes, not dates, just tiny dots placed at irregular intervals. Some are spaced closely together. Others stretch across whole lines like pauses between breaths. One page holds a single word written backward, only visible if held at a certain angle, and even then, only for an instant before it disappears again. There is no reason to read them aloud. No need to make sense of the spacing or the order. You can simply watch how the paper reacts when touched. A slight tremor, like the surface remembering something it was never told. A pencil rests in a small cup beside one table. No eraser attached, no sharpener nearby. Its wood is worn down at the tip from years of use, but not broken. There's still enough lead left to draw a line that might be seen only by someone who looks closely enough. The keeper picks it up, not to write with, but just to feel how its weight settles in their palm. Then they set it back down gently, as if returning something borrowed from memory. A pair of leather gloves lies folded on the desk. Old, soft, worn thin at the knuckles. They are not used for handling books, nor have been for years. But still, there is a kind of dignity in how they sit, neatly aligned with one another, like two hands resting after work has ended. You don't need to know whose gloves these were or where they came from. You can simply feel the air between them, how it stays calm even when nothing else does. A small notebook rests open on a side table, its pages uneven at the edges from being carried too often in pockets. It's filled with short lines of writing, some crossed out, some not, but none of them seem meant for anyone else to read. One entry says, "Only the sky looked like waiting." Another, "Nothing happened today, but it felt important." The keeper does not turn back to those pages. They let the book remain open as if still in progress, even though no one has added anything new. Another shelf holds a single object, a smooth stone, dark gray, with flecks of silver running through it. It sits on its side like it had been placed there after rolling into place by accident. There is no reason to move it, no instruction to take note. You can see how the light catches the surface, not reflecting, not shining, but just resting there for a moment before sliding away again. The keeper runs their thumb along its edge just once and then lets go. The stone remains still, not because it was told to, but because it has already decided what it wants to be. A loose thread hangs from one book's corner, a thin white fiber that seems out of place against the deeper color of the cloth cover. It doesn't pull loose when touched. Instead, it sways slightly in the quiet air, as if still waiting for someone to finish a sentence they started long ago. You don't need to know what it was meant to hold. You can just watch how it moves, so slowly that you almost miss it, and then settles again into silence. A small mirror leans against a shelf, a round one with no frame, its surface slightly clouded at the edges from age. It shows only empty space when turned toward you. No reflection, just absence. You don't need to follow the shape of what comes next. Only feel how it settles into place. The keeper lifts a book that has been leaning slightly against the one beside it, its spine curved like a sigh, and sets it back with care, so slowly you might think time had paused just for this moment. The cover is pale beige, worn soft at the edges, its surface faintly marked by fingerprints from long ago. Not enough to leave stains, but enough to suggest someone once held it close while reading in low light. One page near the beginning has a small crease across it, a fold that wasn't there before, or perhaps never was, just a memory of pressure. It doesn't open easily. It resists slightly, as if remembering how not to be opened too quickly. The keeper brushes their fingers along the spine's edge, not to fix anything, only to feel where the paper begins and ends beneath the cloth. A single thread runs through the center seam like a quiet line of stitching in an old garment. It doesn't pull loose when touched, but it trembles just slightly under the lightest contact, as if answering something you didn't hear. A thin card slips from between two pages, smaller than your thumbprint, unmarked except for a faint smudge at one corner, like ink that spilled once and dried without intention. You can see how its surface catches the dim glow from the far end of the room, not because it reflects light, but because it holds it in place, just long enough to be noticed. The keeper turns it over slowly. No need to read anything written there, if anything was ever written at all. It's not meant for eyes. The card is blank on both sides, or nearly so. A faint trace remains of a name once penciled in the lower corner. A single letter, barely visible now, as though erased by time rather than will. You can feel how light falls across it when turned just right, how one side seems darker than the other, not because of shadow, but because of where the air stops being still. There's a book with no title on its cover. It sits upright between two others that are taller and more elaborate, as if it had been left there for balance rather than purpose. Its pages have yellowed slightly at the corners, just enough to suggest years passed without much use. The paper is thin, but resilient. When turned, each page moves with a soft whisper, not quite rustling, more like breath held too long in someone's chest. Inside, between two of those same pages, there's a small piece of folded cloth, a scrap no larger than your palm, dyed a color that isn't quite blue or green, but something between them, worn down from use. It doesn't hold any scent, nor does it seem to have been tucked in for safekeeping. You can see how its edges are frayed at the tips, not torn, but softened by time spent inside someone's pocket. The keeper doesn't unfold it. They let it remain as it is, part of a moment that no longer needs naming. A single leaf has fallen into an open volume, no longer green, only pale and brittle. It lies flat near the center of the page, not pressed between two others, but resting where it fell, like something forgotten during a long pause in reading. You can see how its veins are still visible even now, faint lines that once carried sap through living wood, now tracing a map across dry paper. It doesn't curl up at the edges when touched. It stays where it is, because nothing has told it to move. A pencil stub rests on top of a blank notebook, not in use but present, its tip worn down into something almost blunt, like an old memory that no longer sharpens easily. There's no paper beneath it, only air and stillness. The keeper watches as the shadow of their hand passes over it, a small gesture with no intent beyond observation. They don't pick it up. They let it sit there, just as it was left by someone who didn't need to write anything more. Another shelf holds a set of glass jars, small, dusty, unmarked. One is nearly empty. Another contains only fine sand that shifts slightly when the room breathes. The third has a single feather floating inside, suspended near the top. It doesn't sink or rise. It just stays where it was placed, as if gravity had forgotten how to pull. The keeper leans closer, not to examine, not to wonder, but simply because the space between them and the jars feels full enough to lean into without breaking anything. You don't need to know what's in any of them. You can just watch how light passes through glass without being changed by it. How dust gathers on the rim but never spills over. A piece of tape, yellowed with age, is stuck at a corner where two pages meet, not holding them together so much as marking that they were once closed and then opened again. Briefly, in some long ago moment, when someone needed to find something quickly. It doesn't stick anymore. The adhesive has faded into nothingness. The keeper touches it lightly with their fingertip, just enough to feel its surface, and lets go. There's no reason for it to remain attached. There's also no reason for it to be removed. Another book sits on a lower shelf, face down, the cover worn thin at the corners from being flipped open too often. Its spine has cracked in two places, not broken, but split, like a leaf that can't fully close after rain. You don't need to turn it over. You can simply hear how quiet it is when left untouched. A small cloth bag lies on top of it, the kind used for holding loose change or buttons. Its string tied loosely around the opening, not sealed, just kept in place by habit. Inside, there's nothing but air and a faint scent that might be dust, or perhaps memory. The keeper lifts the bag, not to check what's inside, only because its shape feels familiar against their palm. They hold it for a moment, then set it back down exactly where they found it. It doesn't matter if anything was ever stored there. It only matters how it sits when still. A single sheet of paper rests on an upright stand, folded once, then again, into something resembling a small triangle. It has no writing, no marks, not even creases that suggest meaning. The edges are clean and crisp, as if freshly made rather than long kept. But the paper itself is old, not new, but preserved. You can see how its surface reacts when the air moves, how one corner lifts ever so slightly, like it's trying to say something you didn't ask for. A soft sound comes from somewhere near the floor, a quiet creak of wood settling beneath a shelf that hasn't shifted in years. It doesn't echo. It simply happens. The keeper doesn't look down. They don't need to know what caused it. You can just listen as though the room is breathing out slowly, like someone releasing a thought they'd been holding. A card with no name lies face up on an open desk. White, plain, slightly curved from humidity in the air. It might have once held information. Someone's note, perhaps. But now it only holds space. The ink has faded entirely, leaving behind only faint impressions of letters that no longer exist. The keeper turns their hand slowly over it, not to move it, not to cover it, but because they're aware of how the shape of a palm fits against paper when nothing else does. You can feel how still everything is when you stop expecting anything from it. A small brush, no longer used, rests in a cup beside a stack of loose pages. Its bristles are worn thin at the tips, not broken but frayed, as if they'd been brushed too many times across surfaces that didn't need cleaning. One bristle has come loose and lies curled on top of the desk, like a thread from an old coat. You don't need to pick it up. You can just watch how still it is in the quiet. Another book, small with no cover, is open near its middle. The pages are slightly misaligned, not because they were damaged, but because someone once turned them too fast and didn't realign them afterward. One page has a tiny hole near the top left corner, a pinprick that never grew into anything larger. You notice how one page has a small gap at its edge, not torn but softened by time. Like fabric that's been folded too often along the same line until it forgets what straight looks like. The paper is thin enough to see through when held to light, though there's no light here now, only stillness. You can imagine how the sun might have passed over this spot once, warm and slow, just touching one corner before moving on without a sound. That page doesn't need to be fixed. It already fits in its place. There's a notebook of plain paper, bound with faded string, that sits slightly askew on the edge of a low table. Its pages are blank, except for 3 lines at the top. A single word written once, then again beneath it, and one more time below that. The letters aren't neat, but not careless either. They're just there, as if someone meant to write something important and forgot what it was before they could finish. You don't need to read them. They've already settled into quiet. The keeper moves their hand slowly over the notebook's spine, not lifting, not pressing, just letting fingers trace the slight ridge where paper meets thread. The string has loosened at one end, hanging loose like a ribbon, left untied after a celebration. You can hear how soft it is when brushed against air, the faintest whisper of fiber, shifting in stillness. A small wooden box rests beneath an open shelf, unmarked, unlabeled, with no lock or latch. It's not meant to be opened. The lid sits just slightly raised on one side, as if something inside had shifted once and never returned all the way down. You don't need to know what might have been there. There's only the shape of space left behind. Another book lies face up across a small table, a thin volume with no title. Its pages mostly blank, except for occasional pencil marks, tiny dots spaced irregularly, like raindrops on glass. After dusk, one page has an entire corner folded down slightly, just enough to leave a crease that doesn't mean anything, but feels important when you notice it. You can feel the weight of paper when stacked, not in pounds or grams, but by how much air is trapped between each sheet. When they're all together, there's silence even after movement has stopped. It takes time for stillness to settle back into form. There's a book with its front cover slightly raised at one edge, as if someone had opened it briefly and then closed it without real intention. The spine makes no sound when touched. There are 2 lines of writing in pencil on the inside front page. Not names, not dates, just phrases that don't connect. The wind wasn't loud. It never was. And below them, a sketch of 3 trees drawn with so light a line, it might be imagined rather than seen. You don't need to know what they meant. You only need the way each stroke fades at the end, like breath leaving lips without words. A single page has been tucked into another book, just one sheet, folded once and slipped in as if dropped by mistake or left behind on purpose but never found again. It's not marked with anything except a tiny smudge near its bottom corner, a stain that might be water, maybe ink gone dry. Perhaps only time pressed too long against paper. You can hear how the room listens when there are no voices to answer back. How even dust particles seem to hold their place between one breath and another. There's nothing wrong with waiting for something that doesn't need to come. A pencil lies on a desk beside an open drawer, the kind used for writing notes, but not sharpened in years. Its tip is blunt, worn smooth from being tapped against surfaces too many times. The wood has darkened at the eraser end, not because it was chewed or abused, just because time pressed gently and silently across its surface. You can feel how quiet it is when nothing needs to be said, when even memory doesn't try to fill space with stories that aren't needed anymore. Another book sits on a small chair, one meant for someone who no longer comes. The cover has faded at the corners, not from use but exposure. Sunlight through high windows left its mark over years of unobserved mornings. One page is curled slightly upward, where it was once pressed flat by weight, just enough to show how paper remembers pressure even when forgotten. A card slips out slowly from between pages, not a postcard or letter, just an old library tag with no name. Only numbers in faded blue ink. 712B. It's not important now. You don't need to know why it was placed there. The keeper lifts the page gently at one edge and lets go, watching how it falls back without haste. You can hear air moving across paper when no hand is near. Not a draft, but something older than wind. The way space shifts slightly between objects that have been close for too long to remember their names. A small notebook with soft covers lies open on top of another book, the kind you might carry in a coat pocket or leave at your bedside. Its pages are filled not with writing, but with tiny sketches. Faint lines drawn over and over. Circles, straight lines, spirals that don't close. One page holds only 3 dots aligned perfectly along the bottom edge. A pattern that could mean anything or nothing. You can sense how soft it is when you stop needing to name things. A book with no title sits in a corner where shelves meet, the kind left behind after someone changed their mind about reading, then never returned. Its pages are slightly warped from moisture once absorbed and slowly released, like skin that remembers cold but doesn't feel it anymore. There's an old envelope tucked into its back cover, sealed shut, not with wax or glue, but folded tightly at the edges, so nothing can escape. It contains no letter, no message exists beyond what was never sent. The keeper touches it once, not to open, only because they know how paper holds a shape when left untouched. You don't need to look inside. You already feel its quiet weight in your hands, even though you're not holding anything. A single sheet of rice paper lies flat on the desk, so thin it floats slightly above the surface if tilted just right. It has no writing, only faint creases from being folded into a small square and then unfolded again. The edges are clean cut but worn where fingers once traced them without purpose. There's nothing written here, nothing left behind. You can hear how even silence makes sound when it settles, like snow falling on glass that doesn't break. Another book rests with its back to the shelf, the kind you might place there after reading, then forget about until years later. The pages are slightly bent at one corner from being leaned against a surface too long. One page has a small stain near the middle, a dark spot shaped like a drop, but not quite wet anymore. It doesn't spread. It just stays. You don't need to know what caused it. You only need how it feels when you stop trying to understand why things remain where they are. A cloth bookmark, soft, frayed at the edges, lies across an open page of a book that hasn't been touched in months. The fabric is worn thin from passing through fingers too many times, without reason. It's not meant for reading. It's only there because someone liked how it looked when pressed between pages. You can feel its shape even though you're not touching anything. How the weight settles into space, like a memory that doesn't need to be named. A loose page drifts slightly as air shifts near floor level, not moving toward anywhere, just floating for no reason. It's caught in stillness and held there until it remembers how to fall again. The keeper doesn't reach for it. They let the moment stretch without shape or sound. You can hear how even small things breathe when left alone long enough. Another book sits upright on a low table, its front cover cracked along one seam, not broken, but split like bark that won't seal after winter. It's open to a page with no text, just a single line of pencil drawn from edge to edge, horizontal and slightly uneven, not meant to be straight, only to exist. You're still here in the quiet, not quite asleep, but close enough that the room feels like it's breathing with you instead of around you. The books don't need to be read anymore, only returned, gently placed where they belong, as if each one had been waiting to find its shape again after being moved. You hear how paper settles when it's no longer under pressure, like a hand that finally lets go. The keeper sets down another volume, the last one from the low table, and checks once more that none of them tilt too far forward or lean too close to their neighbor. The air between shelves is still, full, but not heavy, holding space without demanding anything. You don't need to know what's inside any book now, only how it feels when it rests. A single page turns by itself, just a whisper across the spine, and you watch it slow, as if caught in time. It doesn't fall fast or miss its place. Instead, it glides down like something remembering how not to hurry. The keeper lifts the edge with one fingertip, not to straighten, just to feel the paper's breath between fingers before letting go. There's a book whose cover has lost most of its color, but still holds the ghost of a pattern. Tiny lines drawn in ink, so faint they might be shadows rather than marks. It rests on the top shelf where the light doesn't reach much anymore, and it's not important enough to be moved or cared for. But someone left it there anyway, perhaps because it was quiet when placed, or because silence is its only claim. You can feel how soft this moment is, the kind of stillness that doesn't ask anything from you. No need to remember, no need to understand. Even the dust settles differently here, less like debris and more like things that have decided not to rise anymore. Another book lies open on a small stand near the window ledge, its pages curled slightly at the top edge, where they've been touched too many times without intention. The keeper doesn't close it. They only let their hand rest beside it for just long enough to say, "This is allowed. This pause is part of the path." A folded leaf slips from between two pages and floats down like a note that never had words. No message, no meaning, just presence. It lands on the floor without sound, still whole, though it has been pressed and forgotten. You don't need to pick it up or place it back. It stays where it is because nothing else needs it. The keeper pauses now, not out of fatigue, but because there's nowhere left to go. All books have returned to their corners. All pages are settled. All spines rest against the shelves with no pressure at all. The room feels full in a way that doesn't crowd you. Full without being loud. You don't need to count how many books were moved or remember what each one looked like. You only know this. Your breath is slow, and it matches the quiet between objects. That's enough. A single sheet of notebook paper lies flat on the desk, unwritten, unclaimed. Its edge slightly curled from being folded once too often in a moment you can't recall. It hasn't been touched in days, but still holds the memory of fingers that passed over it without reason. The keeper doesn't turn it or tuck it away. They only let it stay. You don't need to know why things are left behind, only how they settle when no one comes to claim them. Like a coat hung on a hook for warmth. Not because it's needed, but because someone once thought it might be. There's nothing urgent in the air now. Nothing that demands your attention or makes you lean forward. The silence is soft and full of room, like breath after exhaling too long. The keeper reaches for one last book, the smallest one on the bottom shelf, not to read, not even to open, just to place it upright with care, so its spine faces straight ahead, as if it's ready to be seen again someday. But no one will come. And that's fine. You don't need anything from this room anymore. Not a story, not an answer, not even a name for what you felt here tonight. Just the quiet of paper resting on wood and air holding its shape between walls. The sound of turning pages has faded now, not because it stopped, but because there's no longer anything to turn. The keeper lifts their hand slowly, letting fingers fall open, as if releasing something that was never held tightly. There is no need for finality, no closing gesture, just stillness that doesn't end with a signal. You're not drifting into sleep yet, but you don't have to stay awake either. You can be in between, where breaths take longer and thoughts dissolve like sugar in water. The room is full of soft things, book covers that no longer need labels, pages without words, light that doesn't burn but only stays. You don't need to understand how long this moment lasts, only that it does last, and that you're part of it, not separate from it, not trying to leave or remember anything, just being in the quiet where nothing has to be fixed. The air moves slightly near the floor again, just a shift, no cause, no direction, but you feel it pass through your chest like something soft and slow, like a hand brushing over skin without needing to stay there. A pencil lies on the desk beside an old notebook whose pages are blank, except for one line drawn in red ink. A single curve that doesn't close. Not because it can't, but because it chose not to. The keeper touches it once with their fingertip, not to erase or draw more, but to acknowledge how a line can be complete without finishing. You don't need to know what it means, only how it feels when you stop needing meaning at all. The bookshelf is quiet now, the kind of silence that doesn't echo, only holds. You're not listening for anything anymore. Not the turn of paper, not the creak of wood, not even your own breath. Just being in the room with no task, no purpose, just presence. You don't need to wake up tomorrow or remember today. There's no pressure on you at all. The keeper stands still now, fingers relaxed, hands open, heart quiet. They don't move for a long time. Not because they're waiting, but because there's nothing left to do that matters. The room is complete in its ordinary way. The kind of completeness that doesn't announce itself, only exists when you